Yo? Hold on. Let me get this thing going for reals. What's up? What's going on? What's good? This is the March 13th, 2022 edition of the Boxing Source Radio Show. And I'm your host, James Bell, the leader of the Boxing Source on social media. You could check out boxing articles and more through the boxingsource.net. And we're on social media through Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. We got a few things here that we're going to talk about here in this particular podcast. Just getting back at it here. Had like a small little hiatus or whatnot. And we just want to get back on it. Um, know that we had a world title fight of sorts uh, that took place over, around the UK side. It was for the, I think was that WBA regular title or whatnot at 126 pounds. You had Leigh Wood versus Mick Conlan. It was, Leigh Wood, was coming in as the world champ. Had a little bit of a performance against Kanzu in the what is it Eddie Hearn's backyard or whatnot, and was able to get a late stoppage victory in order to become that WBA featherweight champion. And then he comes up here and he faces Mick Conlan. Leigh Wood came in there with a record of 26 wins, 16 of those wins by way of knockout, with two losses. One loss to Jazza Dickens, and then one back in 2014 to Gavin McDowell, where he was stopped. But came in there with a record of 26 wins and two losses. Michael Conlan, or Mick Conlan, came in there with a record of 16-0. He had his fight against TJ Doheny for the interim belt there in the WBA, so they wanted to consolidate the belts. So you had, of course, Mick Conlan versus Leigh Wood. Now, I mean, the thing with Mick Conlan for me was that he came in there as someone that was seeking a featherweight title. But he had, bounced up and down between featherweight and super bantamweight, you know. Uh, for me, before this fight was coming up, Mick Conlan, just being straight up, Mick Conlan was playing games. You know what I'm saying? Um, He was bouncing back and forth from featherweight to super bantamweight. At one point, he was the top contender for the WBO featherweight championship. I know that guys like the likes of Oscar Valdez and Shakur Stevenson held that WBA featherweight title. And, eventually Mick Conlan became the number one contender for that title. But eventually you had Shakur Stevenson that, made the announcement that he would move up to super featherweight, 130 pounds. So Mick Conlan was out there. He could have fought for that WBO belt, but there was a WBO super featherweight, I mean, not super featherweight, but super bantamweight champion by the name of Emmanuel Navarrete that announced that he was moving up. And the WBO has this thing where the champion of the previous weight, comes when he comes up, he's pretty much the mandatory contender. But with the belts kind of like being vacated there at featherweight, you could have had Emmanuel Navarrete versus Mick Conlan. But then Mick Conlan moved down to, super bantamweight. But super bantamweight, with their vacant situation, they had, two other guys fighting for that world title, Angelo Leo and Stephen Fulton. You know, eventually, it was Angelo Leo and Stephen Fulton. Stephen Fulton won that belt, and he's now the unified champ there at 122. So have Mick Conlan bouncing around back and forth, seeing if he could get himself a title shot, and in a way, he was able to do that here against Leigh Wood. And with this one, it was more of like, a performance of sorts for Mick Conlan. Starting off in the first round, he was at it. He was sharper. He was faster. Was able to, hit folks with the jab and whatnot. Hit, Leigh Wood with the jab on a consistent basis. But he was able to, get Leigh Wood there with a good left hand, what it was, to put Wood down on the canvas in the first round, man. And the thing about it is that a good number of people, kind of like felt like they had. It looked like it was going to be pretty much bad there for Leigh Wood, right? But Leigh Wood was able to still get himself into the fight a little bit, but it was still more of Mick Conlan doing this thing there over at the home, pretty much around the home area of Leigh Wood. Leigh Wood is from Nottingham, and this was in Nottingham Arena. And like I said, for the majority of this particular fight, it was just Mick Conlan having the performance, like to me, like he's never had. I mean, I had never seen Mick Conlan be this sharp, this good in the previous 16 fights that he had up to this point. And it looked like he was pretty much on his way to winning the world title. Man, I thought that he was going to get himself that WBA regular title. And thing about it is that up to the eighth and ninth round, you kind of seen Leigh Wood get himself in there to work a little bit. Leigh Wood had a come forward style, but the thing about it was that he wasn't really entering or getting close to Mick Conlan with a jab. And so all Mick Conlan was doing was just consistently hitting the jab, bam, bam, bam. And Leigh Wood wasn't moving his head. He wasn't, giving any feints or anything like that or throwing any punches. So, for a good little while, it just looked like Mick Conlan had a sizable lead. But there were times like, around the eighth or ninth round where Leigh Wood was able to cut off the ring, get Mick Conlan to the ropes, and score some shots to the body and a couple upstairs. So he just kept fighting and kept fighting and kept fighting. But at this particular time, he was just a good amount behind in the proverbial cards, so to speak, as people watching the fight live kind of felt like Mick Conlan was winning this particular fight. And then you get to the 11th round, you know what I'm saying? Get to the 11th round. And, in the 11th round, Leigh Wood was, working on Mick Conlan. He was, kind of like getting to the body, pursuing Conlan. And I'm not sure at that particular time. I mean, I can't really gauge at that point if Mick Conlan had tired a little bit, but Leigh Wood was able to get to Mick Conlan. But one other thing that happened in this particular juncture in the 11th round was that Mick Conlan was more, susceptible to going toe to toe with Leigh Wood. And, while, Mick Conlan was able to score some good left hands on, Leigh Wood. I mean, there was one left hand that I pretty much thought that, Leigh Wood would have went down or something like that. But he was still up. He was still swinging. And with him still swinging, he was able to, graze Mick Conlan with a punch. And then Mick Conlan was pretty much like fell face first to the canvas. So before the end of that 11th round, you had Leigh Wood score a knockdown. I was like, oh snap! It's like, man, Leigh Wood got himself back in the fight. And then after that, you go to the 12th round, and in the 12th round, man, Leigh Wood just went all full speed ahead. He's like, man, bump this. I'm going forward. I'm going all out. I might lose my belt. I got to do something, or I'm gonna lose my belt. And he just, blitzed Mick Conlan on one side of the ropes, and then he got to the other side of the ropes, and I think it was like a right hand or a serious. It was a serious shot that just took out Mick Conlan, and he like slumped over, went back, and he went through the ropes, and it was, man, he was just gonzo, man. He was done. And of course, with the default rules of boxing, if you get knocked down or go through the ropes and get knocked down, it's automatic TKO. So Leigh Wood was able to come back and score a 12-round TKO victory over Mick Conlan to retain that WBA featherweight title. And looking at the scorecards here, all three judges up to that 12th round they had Mick Conlan ahead. All they had to do was see if he could get himself a win in that 12th round, and that fight would have been his. If it was you had two judges with the scores of 104 to 103 in favor of Mick Conlan. So if there was a way that Conlan was able to get through that round, but Leigh Wood won that round, two judges would have had it even, and it would have been like a majority draw or something like that. Um, and and that was just something there. I know it's like the second consecutive 12th round TKO victory there for Leigh Wood, but this one here was completely different than his previous bout against Can Xu. He just pretty much outboxed Can Xu until that knockdown happened in the 12th round for Leigh Wood to score that TKO. But this one here, man, this one was just out of the blue, man, and something like that. Want to get in my guy checking in from Philly, man. Brother Jamil in the building. What's happening?
Hey, what's good, man?
Man, listen, I thought that, I was picking Leigh Wood to knock out Mick Conlan, but I didn't think it would be like that. That was just some shit.
Hey, yo, it's crazy. I've never thought much of Khan. Like they used to hype him up coming
Right.
into professionals, like, oh yeah, he got robbed in the Olympics, and then I watched him and I'm like, I don't see it, but I slept on his fight, and I slept on his fight, and yo, this was a good one. I went back and I watched it. He sent Mick Conlan to the shadow realm.
Yeah, man. He sent him straight to hell.
He went through the ropes, booty all in the air,
Yeah.
feet kicked up like
Went
the
to the
Wicked Witch of
fifth
the West.
dimension, man. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
and it looked like that Conlan had him. What was that? The first round where he caught him with that overhand left.
Yep. Yep.
It looked like, oh, we go home early.
Mm-hmm.
That was the equivalent to Diego Corrales Castillo fight
Mm-hmm.
in the UK. That's what that was. And you got the Irish guys like, oh no, he didn't knock him through the ropes. He gassed, like he got tired and he fell through the ropes through exhaustion. Unless exhaustion is a new punch that I've never heard of. Through the ropes.
Yeah, man. He went through those ropes, man. I was like, man. I was like, I couldn't believe that shit, man. Yo, but that, like you said, man, yeah, that was like Corrales Castillo up to a point, Um, I thought that, Conlan would have been able to win the belt, somewhat. I know that, he kind of maneuvered his way to trying to get a title shot, like one more to his liking, I would say. But man, he kind of like showed out in this one. He was beating Leigh Wood to the punch pretty much the whole fight. You know, thought he was pretty much like dominating up to round 8 or 9 or something like that, and then the 11th and 12th came.
Mm.
It was just something, man. I couldn't believe it though, man. I mean, big ups to Leigh Wood. I hadn't gotten any updates for Mick Conlan, but hopefully he's able to recover and whatnot. Uh, but that was like one of the better fights. I mean, I initially said that it might be a good candidate for KO of the year, but it'd be a stronger candidate for comeback of the year.
Do you want to see an immediate rematch?
Ooh, damn. I don't know about immediate rematch. I don't know. Um, if it was something where Conlan got knocked out and it was in the ring, then maybe. But he just got knocked all the way out,
Yeah,
man.
but I mean, he was up. It was just, I felt like it was circumstances like, yeah, he was gassed and it was a good shot.
Mm-hmm.
And they just put his booty in there. I got to say it like that.
Yeah.
What was more embarrassing? That knockout or Chris Colbert's ass whooping?
Chris Colbert. Got to be Chris Colbert, man. Got to be. Because I think it was discussed at one point that I overheard. I'm like, Chris Colbert, and I'm like, like I know, man. Chris Colbert, comes off as like, either overconfident, but he kind of comes off as like, I hate to say it, snobbish, when he approaches, fights or, how he like carries himself in a way sometimes. And it seems like he's a fairly tough interview up to a certain point, or at least it looks like it. And in this case, where he knew that he was facing a replacement opponent, but at that particular juncture, they still made it an eliminator bout. So he knew that he had to win that fight in order to, go ahead and face Roger Gutierrez, for that WBA belt or whatever it is. And he just came in there like, man, I don't care.
Chris Colbert is definitely a douche. If I had to describe him, just douche. He was afraid. He gave up. He packed it in. He made a business decision.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, to me, it looked like Colbert pretty much knew that, I can't hurt this guy, man. But, after he saw that, he was like, man, I'm packing it in. Want to get in for checking in from the Bronx. We'll see if we'll reinstate him as the president of the Deontay Wilder fan club, but y'all know him as Mr. MVO, most valid opinion, brother Matt Brown. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Joe? What's going on, Jamel?
Yo, I'm just happy this dude's alive. I ain't seen nothing. Oh yeah, I'll be up there Saturday. Stake me. Stake me. Yeah.
Man, I've been too busy on Twitter fighting with Rick Glazer about David Diamante.
Wait, what happened?
Word on the street, on these Twitter streets, is that David Diamante faked his motorcycle accident and life-threatening injuries, and that never really happened.
Oh shit. How did they you said Rick Glazer was arguing with him, or?
Nah, Rick Glazer was arguing with me because I put it out there based upon some evidence that somebody I knew gathered. There was no reported accidents, motorcycle accidents in Brooklyn on the day that David Diamante claimed that he got into an accident. There were no EMS calls in the 3 fire departments near where he said he got injured at. There were no 911 calls, right? Because he said that some passerby finally called 911. There's none of that. No evidence of that. New York stuff is public record. You could go search it right now on their website. No accidents at all. This guy claimed that he had to relearn to walk, but he was on the set of Creed 3 like 6 weeks later, somehow miraculously.
Hey, all right. So
It's a miracle.
I got a couple of questions, right? And just humor me. First, what did he do to anybody that led people to research this?
It's not that he did anything. It's that you could tell the story was like, so you know how people try to be the superhero in their own story.
Yeah,
it was just too much. It was almost as if he was insulting the public. This is a guy that's a former drug addict. This is addict behavior. Someone that's always looking for attention. This is a white man with dreads. Okay, so you know he's looking for attention.
Damn, did you have to go there?
Hey, listen. I'm just saying. And what really brought this to the forefront, I wasn't gonna, go at anybody publicly, but Chris Mannix decided to go on his podcast and claim that Tank Davis faked his hand injury in the Isaac Cruz fight. But Chris Mannix is the same one who wrote this big puff piece about David Diamante without at all addressing the fact that the evidence suggests that the shit never really happened. So to me, David Diamante is just caught astray because Chris Mannix wanted to be Chris Mannix again.
Yeah, well, there's basic Chris Mannix there, man. But like you were saying in reference to Diamante, when they wrote that piece, I'm like, oh, come on, man. Like, it almost made it look like Diamante went through, what, our boy Paul Williams went through, almost.
Exactly.
And I'm like, nah, that ain't what happening. That ain't what was happening.
Well, what
So,
killed me is Rick Glazer decided to insert himself and besmirch my character, and he tried to claim that the boxing fraternity and boxing people visited David Diamante while he was in the hospital. Mind you, COVID restrictions are still like crazy right now in hospitals, and none of the boxing people are his family members. And also, he tried to claim that the boxing fraternity and boxing people visited David Diamante while he was rehabbing. So I asked Rick Glazer, "Did you see it with your own eyes?" He said, "No, I don't have to. The boxing fraternity did." So I asked him to tell us who in the boxing fraternity physically saw David Diamante, and he said that he would produce a list of people by Sunday morning. It is Sunday evening. He still has not produced a list. He claimed that the New York Post or New York Daily News wrote about Diamante's injury, so that is how we know it's to be true. No such article exists. The New York Post has not mentioned David Diamante since the death of Patrick Day. All they did was quote him on the death of Patrick Day. They didn't write an article about him since 2014, where his cigar lounge in Brooklyn was robbed. The New York Daily News has not written about David Diamante since 2011, when his cigar lounge in Brooklyn got many neighborhood complaints for the poor ventilation system.
Bro, I don't never want to make you mad. All right, so
nah, he pissed me off, bro. Don't talk shit. Don't talk shit. First of all he had to do is sit there, eat his food, and shut up. He had no reason to get involved in this at all. Now he's talking, you're being obnoxious and rude. No, motherfucker. Obnoxious and rude is trying to insult my name just to protect one of your own. So now I'm on your ass and you're on the clock and I'm still waiting on this list.
All right. So being that I'm not representing my brand and I've been doing this purposely, I'm going to speak freely. All right. So do I expect them to always give one of their own the benefit of the doubt? Of course. That's just how it goes. They're going to ride for theirs as, you know, as they've always had historically. All right. So they don't need proof. Like Diamante doesn't need proof. Like I'm really not aware of the situation, but in Rick Glazer's eyes or Chris Mannix's eyes, you know, Tank needs to produce evidence. Earl needs to produce what is the word? X-rays that show that he's hurt. David Diamante, he does not. He has the complexion for protection. And like, bro, that's just, I don't even know why people even listen to Rick Glazer. Like, why even argue with him? Why is he someone that people even give credence to? Like, what is his actual job in boxing?
Right.
Like he acts as if he's like, people don't even know if he's a reporter, a manager, a consultant, what? Like he breaks news like he's a reporter, but no boxing insider breaks news unless it's their news. He's always reporting.
As he broke it,
No, I'm saying he'll always tell somebody about like pay-per-view buys like he's Mike Coppinger in a show that he has nothing to do with. What are you doing? Like, what is going on with your fighters and your promotion? Like, you know what I'm saying? What's going on with your career, sir?
Well, according to Rick Glazer, he is a boxing guy and has been a boxing guy for over 30 years, since 1991. He provides professional boxing services to the boxing industry. Whatever the fuck that means.
Well, you've seen how long it's been since I've spoken with him, so that's kind of tells you a lot right there. And I really am not kind of interested in getting anything with him, you know, outside of that. So
I just love dunking on crackers. Oh, and by the way, happy birthday, JR.
Oh, yeah.
Word on the street is that it's your birthday, man.
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing a show on your birthday?
Because I had like a lot of stuff that I was doing during the day. And I had
it's your birthday?
Yeah. And I gotta like fly out tomorrow, so I'm pretty much not
horrible. Happy birthday, my guy.
Yeah, man. Thanks, bro.
See, look at me doing some more investigative journalism, man.
Eat some Caribbean butt?
No. No, man, no.
Come on, man. You know that's your move, you know?
Nah, man. Yeah, you know, got other work to do, man. So yeah, I'm flying out tomorrow morning for that. But yeah, man, that whole Diamante situation, man, it's gonna be about a couple of weeks or so, where I guess the zone media train will try to clean that up as much as possible, you know, and I'm gonna be interested to see like how they play it, because he was out there for that Mick Conlan Leigh Wood fight,
shucking and jiving. Like, it's like he's trolling the people now.
Yeah, like he's doing this dance or something. You know what I mean? Doing the Cabbage Patch on folks or something. I don't know.
Man, fuck all that, man. Let's talk about what you're gonna be doing this week. You're gonna be eating ass with jerk sauce on it, man. Where you flying out to? Where you flying out to? Yo? Where you flying out to? I guarantee you, I'm right. I'm right,
man.
Where you flying out to?
This is for work. I'm going to San Fran. Yeah, I'm going to San Francisco, man. Yeah, be out there for a little bit. So yeah,
it's high as shit.
You going to San Francisco?
Yeah, man.
Oh nah, it's too many mooks down there, man. You better be
yeah,
that's like the mook capital of the United States.
I don't even know what that means.
Yo, well, no, we'll explain it outside the show. I can't really do it live.
Gotcha.
But yeah, be working out there by San Francisco and Sacramento there for a little bit. So yeah, that's the thing that's going on.
Bro, what is in Sacramento, yo?
I don't know, man.
Cow shit?
Yeah, something like that, man. Yep, that's pretty much it. So yeah.
Yo, boxing sucks, man. There's nothing going on.
Wait, you ain't gonna talk about MIck Conlan being sent to hell?
No, who cares? These two jobbers. Come on, man.
He said these two jabronis.
Yeah, man.
Yo, well, since you used a wrestling term, did any of y'all get WWE 2K22?
Nah.
I'm still waiting for ESBC to come out.
I might have to cop the joint.
That's never coming out.
I'm all about Roman Reigns right now.
Yeah, I heard it's fire. I heard the graphics is fire too.
It looked ridiculous.
Word. Damn. Yeah, I don't know, man. I might have to see about getting.
But are you guys looking forward to Tuesday?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the things that I was gonna, go over, man. Steven Espinoza said he's gonna be doing his boxing schedule for Showtime. Well, I gotta check like what time that is, because since I'm gonna be, on that West Coast stuff, man, I gotta be like, yo.
Is David Benavidez fighting May 21st?
Maybe. We'll find out. We know he's fighting sometime April, May.
I'm about
to against David Lemieux.
I'll break some news for y'all. Whoever is fighting on May 21st, I think it's David Benavidez, Phoenix. That it should be Ennis versus Clayton as the co-main event.
Oh,
okay, that's when that will be.
Yeah.
So Ennis versus Clayton, 100% May 21st.
Well, no, it's a toss-up between that or the Charlo date.
Okay. The Charlo fight moved.
It's either going to be the 14th or the 21st.
I thought they announced when it moved already. The 14th. Yeah, it's the 14th.
Yeah, it's either Ennis versus Clayton is either going to be on the 14th or the 21st.
Okay.
Yeah, because
But I'm surprised that is this an ordered fight? Because why would Showtime put Clayton back on after how boring he looked in his last
Cameron Creel?
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, it's because they want him to get sent to hell.
Yeah, there's got to be a mandated. I think it's got to be a mandated fight right here.
Yeah, it's got to be, man. Those two guys are around that top part in the IBF, and I think the situation is that they kind of like the IBF tried to find the highest ranked available contenders there.
Yeah, I feel like they picked a guy with an O, so Boots can knock out somebody with an O, so that narrative would be squashed. Oh, he's not fighting 147 pounders.
Yeah.
You know the vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clayton's a good fighter, but he's not excited at all.
Nope.
No. He's gonna be very exciting. The way his head's gonna hit the canvas, it's gonna be very exciting.
Yeah, that's gonna be
kind of funny that Clayton basically got mainstream pub for his draw with Lipin Yates, and now Boots is about to beat the hell out of both of them.
Yeah.
Word. Yep. So
But
yeah, I
do
mean,
you got any predictions on what's going to be on this Showtime schedule? We're actually going to be talking to Steven Espinosa later this week on the Twitter space.
Oh, that's cool. Yo, he's a really good interview.
um, we'll get the formal dates for the thing for the Tank Rollie fight.
Yeah,
Um,
May 28th.
yeah, we're gonna get this stuff for that April 14th and the April 21st, something like that. Um, well, that Benavidez is the April, right? Okay.
Yeah, Benavidez is either April or May.
Okay. Um, so that would be like I think it's May 14th. They'll have something, and
Yeah, that's
then
Charlo
and then
versus
the May
Castano.
21st, and then May 28th is Tank. Um, they might do something. Charlo will fight Juneteenth weekend.
Yeah, he's gonna fight Juneteenth weekend.
Yeah.
Hopefully against Munguia. We'll basically figure it out on Monday whether or
Mm-hmm.
not it's gonna be Munguia or if it's gonna be Eris Larry Lara, which
There
was
is
supposed to
Lowry.
be the original fight. Uh, but once Munguia came into the picture, they put that fight on the back burner.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we'll see if the American Dream or so-called American Dream. Dusty Rose is a real American Dream. Um, and to see if that fight comes through. What else am I thinking? We're talking about Showtime, so it's not really going to be outside of the Tank fight. That's going to be the only pay-per-view there for the next few months or so. But you got the whole thing with Spence and Ugas. They're gonna say that one, of course. Um, I'm trying to see what would be after that if they're going to do one.
Well,
Uh,
they also have the Costa Zoo fight against Taraga Shea in a couple weeks.
is that a main event or is that going to be co-featured or something?
That's the
Because it
main
was originally
event.
scheduled as a co-feature to uh, um, Fundora versus Lubin.
No, it's gonna be a main event.
Okay.
In Minnesota on May, not May, March 26th. I don't know why I call him Costa Zoo. No disrespect. Tim Zoo,
Tim Zoo.
son of
Yeah,
Costa Zoo.
since they had, made that move to kind of like put him in that PBC roster thing, it means
Yeah.
he's going to be part of that, you know, televised thing. Um, so you have that. Um, that's April. May is set.
I
Juneteenth,
can't
like I
wait for
said,
Lubin
Charlo.
versus Fundora, man.
Oh yeah. That's gonna be something. That's definitely gonna be something.
A lot of people taking Lubin, but I'm taking Fundora.
Yeah, I'm taking Lubin. I'm taking Lubin. I think there's a little bit too much on the line for Lubin for him to lose this particular fight. Like, if he loses this fight, it pretty much might be a wrap for him. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of like get that as the vibe there with that. Um, you know, uh, trying to see who else would kind of like fit in the schedule.
Fulton versus Roman should be coming soon.
Oh yeah. I thought we could have got a Jamil for that. So I think that one is, let's put it the week before Juneteenth. I think that'll be that Fulton fight. You that'll be Fulton Roman around that June 10th. I think, is it June 10th, something like that. June 10th or June 11th, something. Um, and then Charlo, and then the end of June. I don't know if they're gonna fit something. Um, how long do you think the schedule would be from, like, now until June, or you think
I'll
they'll
say
go
now
further than
until June, early July.
that? Okay.
There's something that I'm hoping for. I doubt it's gonna happen, but I am hoping that Steven Espinosa will shock the world and announce the return of Deontay Wilder. As he did state before that uh, he wanted to bring Wilder back to Showtime.
Yeah, he did. He did. Um, that would be the other pay per view. Would be Wilder. Uh, the thing is, who would he fight?
That's a good question. But Showtime is gonna have a super strong schedule, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's Showtime. They've been doing for the last few years.
Yeah, yeah. We kind of like gotten real good fights and good events over the past few years under Showtime, and that doesn't include that ShowBox New Generation telecast that they've been doing, especially since things have opened up around the country and stuff. So the couple of cars that they had over in Orlando, been pretty good, and they're continuing that thing with the ShowBox, and then on top of that, you have this Showtime schedule or whatnot. So I kind of like think that we're going to get some real good events that'll come down the pike over the next few months or so. You know what I mean?
Yep, you got a lot of guys without a date right now. So honestly, I'm thinking Showtime is gonna pick up the majority of them. If you look at what's going on with Fox, Fox seems to like these little pay-per-views,
Mm-hmm.
and the actual Fox linear television is basically prospects.
Mm-hmm. Word, word. So, yeah, I mean, I that's going to be something like where they're going to try to fit, most of those things, or most of those fighters, especially with Fox, because we had a good amount of those publication or televised uh, cards that were on Fox that were either on Saturday or Sunday, and the likes of like who was it like who was it Joey who was it Joey guy or that card that they had on Christmas Day,
Oh, you talk about Vito?
Or Vito Milnicki Jr.
Yeah.
um and the thing there where they have that like they had those customary fights out there in Minnesota, you know what I'm saying? So you also have that that they gotta basically do. They want to just keep showing those fights that are out there. So I'm like, hey, what's gonna happen to those those dates or those fighters that
Yep.
were on those things? Like, what are they gonna do with them? You know what I mean?
And you see Andy Ruiz is back in the gym, so he's coming soon.
Yep. But I think that's going to
Ortiz
be
is
a
ready to get
Fox
back
pay per
out there.
view. Might be a Fox pay per view for him. You know.
Yeah, Fox
So,
loves those little pay-per-views, man.
yep.
Like it's funny to me that they keep doing them because people claim, oh, they can't be making no money, but Fox loves them. They got to be making something on it.
Well, the thing about it is that in reference to pay per views, people got to see that they got to look at the budget or the purse of the main event, and they see what the purse is for the main event, and then they see the numbers for that, then that'll kind of like pretty much determine if they made money or not. Everybody's talk about like some pay per views get 10,000, well, not 10,000, but like 40,000 or 50,000 buys. But you got to compare that to the purse that was paid out to the fighters and the amount of money that they got on the gate.
Yep.
So like
Another
right.
fight to look out for with Showtime
Hmm.
is Mark Masayo versus Ray Vargas.
Yeah,
Apparently, that fight is close to being done already,
yeah, yeah. You know how
and
I
you would
feel
think
about
that's going
that.
to be on Showtime
Yeah, that'll be
because
on
they are
Showtime.
dominating from 118 to 122,
Yeah,
all
it'll
the way
be
up to
on Showtime.
126.
So, yeah, they definitely want to do that. Yeah, the 122 division and 126 will be showcased there on Showtime. Um, What else? We got probably on those belts south of there. We still got to see what happens with Nonito. Maybe Nonito will be on something, but
Donaire, from what I understand, is gonna be fighting Inoue in April. That's the word on the
ooh,
street, at least according
ooh.
to Inoue. That the
Oh,
fight
according to Inoue.
is a done deal.
What was that through no the boxer? Who else? Who else?
No, that's through Inoue directly
Oh,
in
anyway,
this
okay.
interview that he gave.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. So yeah, they want to see if they could finally go forward with that particular fight. So that's good there with that. I gotta see like what else is out there in that particular division. I don't know, man. They probably had some fight with Rodriguez or Bali as part of an undercard for something somewhere. But yeah, I'm just going to see like what else they could possibly have there for Showtime. They probably have like other fights there at the 154-pound division because that's the thing. They pretty much like most of those fighters at 154. They're under Heyman Boxing. So like we said with the Tim Tszyu fight, of course, Fandora versus Lubin. Um, we got to see if Tony Harrison. What Tony Harrison got a fight coming up? I think
Oh my God, he's supposed to be fighting Sergio Garcia
Garcia.
on the
Ooh,
as the co-feature of Lubin versus Fundora.
ooh, yeah. Yeah. See that's the card, man. That's the
This is
card.
it for Harrison.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. He gotta. If he wants to get himself back into it, then yeah, he got to do this. But I mean, he's also, um, what is he also like a chief second?
Yeah, to that chick, the vegan chick.
The vegan chick. He says, "Oh man." So
Yeah,
I
we
don't
don't
know,
fuck with her no
man.
more. She
A
was
word.
slandering Clarissa Shields. We don't fuck with her no more.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And you know
Oh
it's
yeah.
funny. It's so funny that she was getting her little pub. She was the new it girl with the zone,
Uh huh.
getting on the telecast and doing
Uh
like
huh.
guest announcing.
Right.
But then Eddie found himself a white girl, Sky Nicholson. And so now she's taking all the gigs that the vegan chick would have gotten.
Oh no. Oh, come on, man. So you ain't on the Dr. Umar? I gotta be on my Dr. Umar,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. That's what
No,
she
you
gets.
dog. Cause you dog. I gotta get you on that one, buddy. Cause
That's
I
what
see
she
what you was
get.
posting about Scott Nicholson.
Yeah. I love Sky Nicholson. But I just
Oh,
found out
come
she got a
on, man.
boyfriend, so I unfollowed her once I found that out. Who told her to get a boyfriend? This is unbelievable.
The
She has no
disrespect.
loyalty. No loyalty.
Oh man. Oh man. Yo. Yeah, that'd be something there, man. Um, I was just doing this thing real quick. I know that we got folks in the chat. Somebody posted in some suggestions for opponents for Wilder. Um, you know, Joyce or Usyk or Jared, and I'm like, the only one I see that's possible is Joyce, maybe, but I don't even think it's gonna be that. Like I said, if it's gonna be Wilder coming back, then I'm
Yeah,
thinking,
but
man,
none of that is realistic. First
yeah,
of
no, that's
all,
realistic.
Gary Anderson is fighting on the Fury White undercard.
Yep, that's one.
So you can get that out your head right there. Usyk is fighting against Vladimir Putin. So you can get that out your
Oh,
head right
whatever.
there.
Oh,
And Joe Joyce is waiting on his title shot.
yeah, yep. Joe Joyce waiting on the title shot. Either that or he's gonna he's already, the Mando, and even with that being said, I don't think there's many folks out there that are looking to face Joe Joyce at this particular point.
No, 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 no.
So
People don't want that smoke.
yeah, so there's that. Man, I'm looking at what else oh man, unless if it's they ain't gonna put it. They ain't gonna put Martin in the ring against Wilder if that
No.
yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Listen, Charles Martin might need to retire, man.
Yeah,
because the way Luis Ortiz switched his lights off like that,
man,
looked pretty dangerous.
Yeah, he knocked the sonic rings off him.
Word.
So there's that. Oh well, I mean, I have one potential opponent that didn't that according to his promoter hasn't gotten an offer from one other heavyweight yet, and that's Otto Walling. So I say Robert Helenius or Otto Walling for Deontay Wilder.
I would like that. I'd like the Walling fight actually, but I don't know.
How about this?
Salita's relationship with PBC right now because he keeps dicking him around with Walling. He kind of when PBC and Showtime thought they had Walling in the fold, he kind of screwed them over and tried to make the White fight.
Yeah, that was after he beat Vergil, and then
yeah.
So
who knows what's going on with Salita and PBC right now?
But I mean, someone like Helenius or Walling could be at the Barclays, in the summer. Why not?
Yeah.
Or Frank Sanchez.
Who's the dude that just beat Michael Coffey?
Oh, Mike Polite. Oh my God, Johnny?
Yeah, maybe Johnny Rice.
Oh man, I'll have to hit him up. Be like, hey, what you think about facing Deontay Wilder?
Yeah, he can get sent to hell for a nice little paycheck.
Oh no, come on, man, that's my guy.
And that could be their way of bringing Wilder back, not on pay-per-view. Maybe they could do that either on Fox or on CBS.
I don't know.
I don't think Wilder should come back on pay-per-view. I think he should come back on terrestrial television and get that knockout, just to remind people that you're still dealing with the most dangerous heavyweight in boxing.
I got another possible opponent. Michael Hunter.
What's going on with him?
I don't know, but I mean, he found his way, into rankings in the WBC and the WBO, even though he had a draw, against Jerry Forrest.
What's his contractual situation?
Yeah. So, I don't know, man.
Guys like Michael Hunter and guys like Regis Prograis, man, just bad decision after bad decision after bad decision. Get your ass in the mix, man.
Yeah, get in there and get
Al Heyman every day.
Yeah, like get some. Yeah, get in a position to get some fights, man, and stop.
Because clearly PBC likes the heavyweights. They like these all heavyweight cards.
Yeah.
So get your ass in the mix.
Yeah. And the thing is, in that's what I was saying with the thing about pay-per-views earlier. Like that particular pay-per-view or that particular fight card really didn't hurt their budget, as far as like what their initial purchases were. So when you talk about them getting like what it was, man, I forgot like how many buys they said it was. But trust me, with that amount of buys, they were able to afford the purchase for it. Yeah, so
they break even and they get some content.
Yeah, so at least with that one, I would say they break even. So at the very least, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
but
I mean, I want to see Hunter do well. As someone who was gracious enough to be on the Boxing Source, I would love to see him do well. But who knows the situation, man?
Right.
Why isn't he talking about fighting an Otto Walling or something like that?
Right.
Like that's a good matchup. Shit.
Yeah.
That's a main event on Fox or Showtime.
On Fox, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a very good one on Fox if they were able to, bring back those things. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this thing for that Showtime schedule. Like I said, hopefully I'm able to be on live with that conference call for that. I mean, I might just end up listening in or whatnot. You
Yeah.
know, just hear that thing, and then like I said, what it's either a Tuesday or Wednesday that Steven Espinoza will be on Twitter Spaces through Chicken Talk.
Yeah,
So
probably Wednesday, I'm
it'll
assuming.
probably be Wednesday. Okay, cool. I'll hit up Lefty on that one. To see how that one would go. But like the only other thing I was probably going to talk about here that I posted was the thing with Ortiz and McKisson. But the thing is, I'm like not really interested that much into it because one, it should have been Ortiz versus Evangeline, but Evangeline as he left, Evangeline wasn't chosen. McKisson was chosen. So that's the WBO eliminator of sorts. Oh, he back. MBO back.
Yeah, that shit
Um,
cut out. I don't know why.
yeah, so man, they trying to tell my internet or something. I don't know what's going on. Uh, but yeah, Ortiz McKisson. I was like, nah, man. I said it was going to be over on the West Coast for the week, but the only fight that I was interested in going down there for, if I was able to get there through there on Saturday, was Charlo versus Castano that was
Yeah, that was
happening.
supposed to be this week.
So I was like, man, dang, I was gonna
Now
make
we
that,
gotta wait another 2 months.
you know, two.
Yep, another 2 months now, man.
Oh, that's how long. That's how long Castano needs to lose
To
weight.
lose weight, right? Motherfucker.
Like, come on, man. And if and I don't know, man, I ain't confirming this or not, but was he getting like beat up by Vergil Ortiz in
Yeah,
sparring?
yeah.
Oh man, dang man, that's something. What else it was?
What other fights they got this week?
For this week,
I think Alexis Roca.
oh yeah, versus Blair the Flair. Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
part of that card. Oh yeah, speaking of Regis Prograis, he's out there in what Dubai or something fighting.
yeah,
So um, so that Rocha versus Cobbs is that co-feature bout. But Alexis Rocha is the guy that ends up getting gets up getting these fights after losing to Rashidi Ellis. Man, come on, man,
yeah. Mind you, Ellis can't get a fucking fight.
can't get a fight. Get out of here. And then you got Blair the Flair Cobbs, who's trying to, calling everybody out, especially fighters that he knows he can't fight being on Golden Boy. But that's, neither here nor there.
One
But
interesting thing about that card.
uh-huh.
This is a Golden Boy card,
Yep.
but there's a matchroom fighter on this card. So I'm trying to figure out.
Who is that?
It's a woman, Ramla
Ramla?
Ali.
Ramla Ali? Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
looking at. That's interesting.
What the fuck is she doing on this card?
I don't know, man. Might have to ask Roberto Diaz.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, is there going to be some synergy with Golden Boy and Matchroom finally on the zone, where they're actually going to be working together to make the fights that we want? They didn't work together to make Canelo versus Andrade. So what are they going to work together to make?
That's
the hell is she doing on this card?
Yeah, I have no idea, man. No idea. So that's strange. I mean, it could build up to potential matches there for between Golden Boy Promotions and Matchroom Boxing, but I'll believe it when I see it.
Do you have any interest in Oshaki Foster fight against Yakubov?
Wait, hold on.
They're fighting on Friday, the 18th.
Yeah, on Friday night. Where's this at? Super featherweight.
Dubai.
Dubai. I mean, I gotta see like if Foster. I don't know, man. This dude, what is it? 18-0, 10 KOs.
He's from one of these.
Tajikistan. What?
Yeah, sounds like a war.
Tajikistan.
Sounds like a war-torn country.
Uh,
That's all I know.
hey, listen. Hey,
From one of these war-torn countries.
Listen. Like I said, hey, I'm what? I'm 40, 41. And I tell people I'm old enough to remember when Tajikistan and Ukraine and almost Yugoslavia didn't even exist. Come on, man. What are we talking about?
Exactly.
Oh man. Oh, super featherweight. 130.
Because he's supposed to be in the running for the WBC.
What?
Also on that card, you got Bakhradir Jalalov, that heavyweight.
Oh yeah, the heavyweight dude.
Oh yeah, he's fighting Kamil Sokolowski.
Let me see. Yeah. Oh, Oshaki fought. Yeah. Oh, so that's the man. That's the final eliminator bout.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
That's a pro bellum card.
Okay.
Richard Schaefer.
So yeah, I think for that Foster versus Yakubov, that's gonna be something as far as like who's going to kind of like say who's up there for that number one spot. And actually whoever wins Stevenson Valdez, that might end up being their next opponent. Because Yakubov is rated in the WBO as well. But if Foster gets this win or whatnot, then yeah, that's gonna end up being. Well, they probably hope that Foster wins because I'm not sure if they want Yakubov to be part of the mix there for 130 pounds. But yeah, that's gonna be interesting though. After Stevenson Valdez, like what else is they gonna do there in at 130? It ain't like they really pushing to try to have. I don't know who guy was under, but shoot, like because he still got to sort out the whole thing with WBA. You probably get that Gutierrez versus Garcia fight, and then after that, maybe they try to consolidate a little bit more after the unification between Stevenson and Valdez. So there's man. But yeah, that's pretty much like covers everything that I could possibly go through here for this particular week, man. Yeah, there really isn't that much for the boxing schedule. I know Sonny Edwards is part of that card too.
Yeah, that's my guy, right?
Yeah, so there's that. That following week, the 26th, you got Miguel Berchelt against Jeremiah Nakathila in division north of 130 pounds, and also Kiko Martinez versus Josh Warrington. Where I'm sorry, I hope that Kiko Martinez knocks Warrington.
Oh yeah,
clean out.
Warrington doesn't even deserve this shot.
Exactly,
I don't understand, man.
Like, what did the man do in order to get himself in position to fight for this title? Man, it should be Kiko versus Mauricio Lara, but no.
Exactly, and that'll be a more exciting fight.
Yeah, it would be. But that's why I was saying, man, listen, Kiko Martinez, he's 43. He got 43 wins, and 30 of those wins by way of knockout, so he can crack. And you know about Josh Warrington.
He can get cracked.
Warrington, he can't. This might not be good. Uh-oh.
Yo, did you see the fucking poster that DAZN posted for the fight?
Oh, no. I haven't seen it. Not seen it.
They put Josh Warrington versus Julio Cesar Martinez.
Oh, no.
Like, how do you even not know the fighter?
He got the wrong Martinez.
Yeah. They posted the wrong horrible. Martinez.
That is horrible. I have the wrong Martinez. That's bad. Oh man. Oh geez. So yeah, we got a few fights coming up here for the March 26th, so that's going to be something there, man. A few notable fighters that are out there. Damn, wait, Felix Sturm still fighting? What the heck?
Yeah, he's back.
Oh man. And then you ain't really gonna have anything much April 2nd, and then April 9th is gonna be the next weekend where boxing is gonna pick up a little bit more. So that's kind of like what we got as far as like the schedule coming up. Actually, for March, you really haven't had that much.
Yeah, it's just the Costa
really
Zoo
much,
fight.
So. So there's that, man. There's that Tim Zoo joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, so gotta look forward to that one there for Tim Zoo. Trying to see how that's gonna go for him. But yeah, that'll probably be announced on the thing for Showtime. Like I said, Steven Espinoza will announce the schedule 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific Time. Over in the West Coast. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to listen in for that live and whatnot. But that's pretty much it for me, man. Like I said, I gotta get myself adjusted, so to speak. Long flight, 6 hours or whatnot, to California. So, yeesh. But yeah, that's what I got here. Thanks for MVO for joining in. Thanks for Jamil of YSM Sports Media joining in here for this particular podcast. We'll have it available on YouTube and also through iTunes, Spotify, and the other podcast apps or whatever it is. And those that follow boxing and rap and all types of talk, y'all make sure to listen to MVO. That is available on iTunes as well. So with that being said, I'll put a close to this particular episode of the Boxing Source Radio Show. Like I say, after every show, folks, the point of boxing is to hit and not get hit, not to stand and trade. On that note, folks, I'm out. Have a good evening, everybody.
Bomb Squad, baby.